Hi, I'm Jackie and welcome to Squid Ink. And today, in this video, I'm going to be painting on this little build and grow butterfly house. I got this from Lowe's last year. So, I don't know if you still get it anymore. I'm hoping you can. But this is what I'm going to be doing this video. I'm going to paint it. I'm showing off. This is one I had already painted prior to this. I'm going to be using Arteza outdoor acrylics for this, so that it can actually hold up if I were to put it outside. So, then we're just going to get right on into painting. So first off, I'm just going to paint the entire birdhouse a nice base, bright sort of teal color. Yeah, the teal color. I'm going to paint it with that as an entire base. First, I'm painting every side of course, just why wouldn't you? I'll make sure I get in all the cracks and crevices so there's none of the wood just peeking back through at you. And I'm just going to go through entirely do that. Get every side. Right, and then we're just going to let that whole piece dry. And then we can go ahead and move on to our next step. And then the next step is I'm going to be putting a coat onto the roof. Now the camera's kind of blowing it out a little bit, but it is a different color. It's much darker blue. I don't really know why it's getting blown out so much to where you can't really see the difference. It's a little weird, but it is what it is. So we're just going to paint that entire thing in. Get all the roof painted in nicely. Just a nice big base coat to keep it all good. So, but it is a different color. I don't know why camera's making it look like it's all one color, but it is. And my next step is I thought I would maybe add some white to my the paint, my teal paint I use. And I would just go ahead and make a nice little gradient on the entirety of the butterfly house. And I do that, and I think it looks pretty good. I like the gradient. I think that was a good decision. That was a good way to go. Now I'm going to say you can't really tell that very much on camera that there is a gradient, at least not when it's dry. But you kind of see there's one now. So just trust me, after it dries, there is a gradient. Trust me, please. And I'm just going to go ahead, once again, repeat that on all sides. We're just not going to have one side be gradient and all the other ones not be. That's ridiculous. That would be ridiculous. And now, look at this. It's better footage. Look at it. Isn't it great? This is we finally hit the point where I kind of start using a different recording program and sort of actually, have better lighting and have all the stuff that's better. So you can kind of now tell the difference. You kind of still see the gradient in this one now. And you kind of see the fact that the roof's a different color. Look at this. It's better. And now I'm going sketching in just with a regular pencil on the birdhouse. Sort of what I wanted to paint on it. And I wanted to the birdhouse, it's a butterfly house. I don't think a bird cram in here. But on the little butterfly house, I kind of wanted it to give it a sort of fantasy fairy garden sort of idea. Sort of ish. So then I went ahead, I painted on lots of little vines that extend all the way around the birdhouse. I painted on mushrooms, 2 different types of flowers that are very cute and I like. And I'm just going to go ahead and finish sketching all that in. And I have this one vine that stretches all the way through the entirety of the birdhouse. And it has all these cute little leaves on it. I like this. I like this vine a lot. And I think it looks great. And I even do funding on some of the edges where I'll have it go across 2 sides of the birdhouse. That's a leaf will be on both sides. It's cool. It's cool. I like this. I like this a lot. And now just straight on the front. The front may very well be my favorite side. And the front and I don't know, maybe the back are my favorites. I don't know, they're nice. They're nice. The front has all the little vines and some flowers. Look at it. It has a whole bunch of little vines. There's a little extra viney bit on the top to fill up all the space. It's cute and I like it a lot. It's very simple. It's just the front has little slats for the butterfly house. So I had to keep that one very simple and sort of work around the little slats. So that was fun. And on the side, I am filling this one has everything on it. So it has a mushroom, both types of flowers, and the vine. So now I'm finally going in on the back. I am painting in everything with a nice, lovely little. It's kind of a desaturated light green that's very nice. I like this green. It's very pretty. It is beautiful and I like it a lot. And there it is. Boop. Look how nice that green is. Look how pretty it is. I like it. I forgot how much I liked this butterfly house until I pulled it out to do like the last little end recording thing of it, and it looks great. I love it. It's so cute. And I'm going through on the top now. I'm just sort of painting in the little top vine. I'm making it the same color as the all the flower stems and stuff, so that way everything be cohesive. And I'm just going to go ahead and paint everything in. I'm putting in all my little leaves that are on the vine, and those leaves really add something to the vine, and it's so cute. It's great. I'm happy with this. Did I mention that I'm happy with this cute little butterfly house? Look at all the little leaves. And look at the vine. We're not very far in yet, but look at it. It's adorable. Yeah. And so I don't know if I really accomplished the idea of making it like fairy garden sort of theme, but you can see the inspiration in that. At where I kind of got that from. But I don't know if it exactly accomplishes it. And I don't know about the roof. Honestly, you'll see that later. But I don't know about the roof. We'll get to that when we get to that. It's now I'm just like telling the future currently. And I'm going through on the very first pass. I'm just going to add in everything that is green. I'm going to focus that, not like add in base color of everything right this very second. But I'm going to do all the vines and all the stems of the flowers first and foremost. And then I'm going to go back in later and then do base coats for the other things. Because, I don't want my paint to dry out while I'm painting the other things. That would suck. So, oh yeah, we're just going to go ahead and do the green all the way through. And here's the front. Look at it. It has like this extra little swirly piece of the vine. Oh my god, it's so cute. This right here is just like, this was laid out really well. Look. It's so pretty. It has all the... it looks great. I like it a lot. Now we're moving on to the final side of the little butterfly house. This one, I decided that I would have the vine sort of end rather than like connecting up. So I sort of just had like a little end and had two little leaves on it. I painted in the flower. And here it is. It looks great. I'm very happy with this so far, as you tell from my shaking the butterfly house. That I didn't happy with it. So now I'm going to go through and add in a little bit of some darker colors. So like the stem of the flower is going to be darker. And I'm going to make the vines a little lighter. And I'm going to add in some shading where needed, to just so you to tell the difference between the leaves and they don't blend in together very much. So that's what I'm currently doing. It's a little hard to see the shading of the leaves because of how similar the color kind of was. So you can't see it too well, which is unfortunate, but I guess it is what it is. So I did that. It's a thing I did. Just know that. And I, of course, just do that throughout the entirety of the butterfly house, so everything's all pretty. Everything's, the stems of the flowers are matching and the vines are all matching and everything, so it's all consistent and cohesive. And now I'm starting in on painting these little white flowers. Oh god, what are these flowers called? I know for a fact I looked up. I had a reference for these, but I don't remember what they're called anymore. But they are little white flowers, so I'm just starting by adding a little base of white, and they're looking adorable. I do that on all of them. And this white, it's not the most opaque, because the first layer is very patchy and kind of a little transparent. So those will definitely be needed in another layer. Without doubt, they will need another one. But they are adorable. They're looking great. Hold on, I'm seeing if I know what type of flower these are. Where is it in my references? Here it is. This does not say. That's great, isn't it? Hold on a second here. What type of flower is this? I don't have any idea. The little droopy flowers. We're doing the other droopy flowers on the other side. And they are looking adorable. Just as the other ones. They're super cute. Oh my god. And the one on this side's fun. Because it's like I have it angled slightly so it's like you can see into like the little cup it sort of has. So that's fun. And now this is one I am painting in the big like little pink flowers I have throughout the piece. I don't know, I don't think they're supposed to be this color, but this is what I did. So I like them being this color. I wanted to use this color. I'm using a neon pink for them. So I'm going to start off, I made the pink lighter with white, I think, to make my sort of base. So now way they would, you know, actually show up and be neon when I paint it back over them. So just add a little white to make my base coat. I'm going to do this on all of the flowers on all the sides. And there's quite a lot of these ones. I don't know which flowers these are either. Oh my god. I should probably look this up before I started recording, but you know what? It's fine. It's fine. But this is what I did today, and all their base coats, of course. And once that was done, that was a little off for my timing. That wasn't. Oh crud! There's another one. Gosh darn it! That made my timing off. Now, didn't it? Crud. I don't. This article didn't have those flowers in it. Never mind. It doesn't have those flowers in it. Oh, those are Delilah's, it looks like. So that's what those are. I don't know what the droopy ones are called though. They're not here. But those ones are Delilah's. I may hate them hot pink. I don't think they're supposed to be that color, but I did. That's what the ones we're painting currently are. And they're super cute. So I'm just adding my little base of all of them. There's quite a few of them, so I liked these a whole bunch. They're very, very pretties. I likes them. Though, part of me wonders if I should have... No, we'll talk about this when we get there. I'm foreseeing the future currently. We need to talk about this when we get to that point, not before we get to the point. Oh, no. Okay, and I believe this is actually the last one. Yes, it is. Okay, we're moving back over to the droopy flowers. We are finally adding in the second coat for them. And in the second coat, I am adding in, of course, another layer of white, so that way it's all good. But I believe... No, am I not adding shading? Never mind, I'm not adding shading in yet. I thought I added shading. Crud. I know the timeline of this video. I edited and recorded it. I know exactly what I do. Yep, I know the order of editing. Yes, definitely, 100%. I'm not confused as what I'm doing whatsoever. That would just be ridiculous. God. Okay, we're finishing up the second layer on these guys. There's not very many to do since I only put it on two sides of the butterfly house. I almost called it birdhouse again. This ain't a birdhouse. This is not no birdhouse, gosh darn it. So we're finishing this up. Birdie, you're a bird, but this is not a birdhouse, Gus. There's a difference here. Oh, we're finally going back in on the lights, and now we're making them the absolute neon pink that I want them to be. But we're not just making them neon pink. I am blending them out. So I have like this slightly, yes, birdie. So I have a lighter version of the color that I'm doing on the edges, and then I'm using darker color version in like near the center, and I'm blending those out to give it like this cute, cool little flowery gradient thing. So that's what we're doing there. It's looking good. And I'm finally going back in on the droopy flowers. The one that you can see into, I'm adding some shading on that. So that way you tell that that's, you know, further away on the inside. And I add shading on the other ones around here as well. And then I'm also continuing on the little neon pink flowers. I'm continuing blending them out, making them have their little gradient. And it's super cute. They're great. Adorable. 10 out of 10. I like this. Yes, Birdie. And Gus is of course here with us today. That is my pet bird, if you don't know. And you will most likely be able to hear him in this recording, because you can always hear him in my recordings. Isn't that right, Gus? You're a very important part of my commentary. He's a very important part of this commentary. And we're just continuing with all the flowers. There's quite a few of them for us to blend out, so we're just going to, you know, go through them slowly and blend them all out. And I take my time with this, of course. Of course, it's hard to tell that since, you know, it's sped up. But I do take my time. It takes me a very long time to paint this because my painting process is very slow. And I understand it's very slow. Oh, and that's perfectly fine. If your painting process is slow, that's good. Painting process super fast, that's good for you. You know, like, do your art in whatever sort of rate that works for you. That's always how I feel. So I feel like everybody does their art at sort of a different speed. And in general, mine is Slowpoke Rodriguez speed. So, oh yeah. So it takes me a very long time to do this, but that's okay. Because in the end, they look pretty dang good. Pretty dang good. And I wish I had made more of them. Like higher in the air so you'd see more stems. I kind of wish the stems were maybe a little bigger or had like a little leaf or something else that added more interest to them. That's kind of what I wish I did there. So, but now I'm going in on the flowers. I'm adding in like their little center with this little orange sort of color. I'm blobbing in the center with them. Bloop, bloop, bloop. Yes, they're looking beautiful. Yes. Fabulous. And this is the thing I kind of wish I should have added. Not only do I think the stems should have had more interest, I think the flowers themselves could have had more interest if I just added in like a little more differentiation between each petal. I think that would have helped them out a lot. Because they kind of have those in real life, but I didn't do that. I feel like I maybe should have, but that's a note for next time. And I'm zooming y'all really in here so you can see the blending of the shadow of this little droopy flower. You can see all the blending happening and everything. There we are. Look at it. It has a shadow. And I just go through and I do that on all of the little droopy flowers. And they're looking really good. I like these droopy flowers. Once again, they are kind of missing the differentiation between the petals a little bit. It's not as bad on these ones as the big Delilahs, but I think I could get a little more on the flowers and they would have been a little better. Like, it doesn't need to be like super complicated. Nothing in this drawing is like super complicated or anything. It has like a lot of detail or whatnot. Which is kind of, I was going for a simple style since this is like a butterfly house that's meant to be put outside. So I wanted everything to be simple, but I think if I just added like a couple little lines to differentiate the petals, it would have been better. There, I said it. I wanted it to be simple, but it could have just been a little more, and it would have been good. But I think in the end, it still turned out pretty good, so it's all good. It's all fine since it looks adorable in the end. And now I'm doing this. I'm adding gray in the center of the flowers because on actual Delilahs, then the center is essentially like a brown, gray, or a blacky sort of color. Like it's a dark color, and then it has like little yellow orangey bits poking out of the edges. So I think this was a good way of simplifying it, and it looks pretty good. It's a little weird looking since if you don't know what the flower is. Honestly, if I was a little weird looking and watching back the video, but I was like, oh no, there's a reason for that, I'm sure. Right, and there was. It makes sense. It makes a sense. It's, it's the one thing I did that actually made sense. Normally when I do stuff, it's all nonsensical. But we are finally going in and painting the mushrooms. This is the final little piece of this painting that we haven't done yet, and that is the mushrooms, and it's the last little details are these two. So I'm going through and adding in the stems and like the little under mushroomy bit of like a very light lilac-y color, which I also add like a little gradient to, which you can't really tell very much on camera, just the color differentiation is very similar. And I'm going through making the underneath of the flower just sort of darker purpley color. Or just sort of, round that out. Making it look good with the darker purple color. Bam. There we go. It's looking nice. Look how nice that looks. It looks great. I like it. I like these mushrooms. These mushrooms are super cute. They're super cute. Do they make the most sense? Probably not, but that's alright. I'm going to add in the top of the mushroom with, I'm starting like the very tippity top of the mushroom with like a darker color. And I'm going to gradient that down with a lighter color like that. Wow, I was really into the gradients when I painted this, wasn't I? Everything's gradienting. The mushrooms, the flowers, the background, everything. What the grunt? I'm only just now realizing this. I added a gradient to like everything. I mean, it looks good, but like, I must have been into that. Alright. And we're just doing the same thing on the other mushroom on the other side. We're adding the little lavender-y stem piece. And of course, we're adding in the under of the mushroom with the dark color. And we're adding in the top with, once again, a blendy of dark purple to light purple. And it's looking good. We're coming back, touching up on the bigger mushroom on the back of it. Making sure all the shapes are right. It looks the way I want it to. And doing all that good stuff with all the shaping and whatnots. I'm going back as well to this one, which got a little messed up. I'm going to just adjust the shape here. So that way it's all good and dandy. It's all nice and okay. Fix that up. And now on the back mushroom, I'm going ahead and I'm adding in the little like vein piece that are on the underneath of the mushrooms. I don't really know. That's what they're called, right? Like little veins? The little hatching sort of dudes. I'm adding that in on the other side, the mushroom. And it's looking cute. I'm going to do that on this mushroom as well. Just sort of boop, 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 boop those in. And then I'm adjusting the stem now. So that way it looks right. Because, you know, that's above the underside and the hatching. So make sure that that's what it looks like. It looks like it's above them, not just like on the same level as them or whatnot. And then I'm finally adding in, I'm fixing up the gradient on the back mushroom, redoing it, reblending it all out, making it look beautiful. Because I like these mushrooms. I like their color. The color's super pretty. It's super cute. I like it a lot. Yes, look at them. Beautiful, beautiful mushrooms. I likes them. They're such a cute color. They're such a cute color. Well, the color does kind of compete with the flowers a little bit. That's fine. I am perfectly fine with that. With them being just a little competitive. That's all good for me. I like both the colors and I like the way it turns out. Now I'm going through and I'm adding the little mushroom dots. Little specklies. With, actually, it's a silver paint. And so that was like, you know, at different angles you can't see it. I added like little silver touches around the mushroom as well, but you can't really see anything other than the dots currently, so yeah. But I added those in, and they are very cutesies. And we're finally heading back up to the top. Finally heading back onto the roof here. I am going back over to the roof of the butterfly house with, once again, the same sort of blue paint I used originally, because at this point, there's been paint splatter, there's been all this other crud on this roof. It needs a little help. It needs some help there. So I'm going back through, touching up the entirety of the roof, trying my hardest not to get it onto the paint job of the actual house that I worked so hard to paint myself. And after that's all dried, I decided to add like the little clouds on top. Because apparently I was feeling the clouds. That's what my first birdhouse was all clouds. Now I'm adding clouds here. I was apparently feeling it. So, I added in all the little clouds. And I think they look pretty good. But I don't know if clouds were the right choice. Honestly, I think it looks pretty good. It looks pretty cute. But I don't know if I should have made it like the same color as the rest of the house. And just added like ivy and vines and like, I don't know if I should have done something like that rather than clouds. But you know, I think in the end they look just fine. So there's nothing wrong with them. I was just staring at wondering if I should have done something else. You know? That's just what I was wondering. But it is what it is. It's been painted now. And it looks alright. I go for adding a little bit of shading to all of the little clouds to give them some depth. And I did that to, I said, every single little cloud. So they are all good, looking the same, looking nice, looking fabulous. And with all this blending and everything, this birdhouse is almost done. We just finish up all of our blendings, which takes me a little bit, but After we're done with that, I move on and I sign the bottom of the birdhouse with my name. And then I move up and go to the front, and I'm adding a little heart right on the little very front of it. And with that, it is done. This is the finished little butterfly house, and it looks so bloody cute. Dude, I love it. It looks pretty dang good. I think I could have done a little better on like the flowers and the roof maybe. But other than that, it looks good, and I'm happy with it. But that's all time for today. As always, I hope you all have an amazing day, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!